What's up, everybody out there in YouTube, man? It's your boy Hank, man. Just wanted to, holler at my family, discuss a few things going on with the world right now, which is a few things got me really I can't understand right at this moment right now. Just can't understand. I don't understand why America just doesn't understand what the whole protest, what the fight is about. I don't understand why everybody's surprised about the looting, the protesting, the all-out just craziness right now, because this has been far too long in the making, man. America has, brutalized black people for so long, and now it's just coming to the light that, especially police brutality, they've gotten so cocky with it that they're not only just beating, black men up, Latino men, men of color up, they're beating everybody's ass right now. It doesn't matter. And this is how I know that the people that in charge don't have a clue what's going on, because you don't meet violence with violence, meaning that the thing that they're protesting against, the police brutality, you don't come back and answer that with more police brutality. Like, what you think that's going to solve the problem out here? Police in riot gear, attacking civilians, tear gas, all this other stuff. You really think that's going to quell the situation and actually get us in a positive step forward, just as a nation, just as a group of people? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just too much. You can't answer brutality with brutality and expect things to change. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. And we got to answer the bell too. We got to get out there. We got to vote. We got to do the things that we need to do. We need to hold people accountable. We can't keep electing officials, letting them get off coming around in our communities, preaching us, telling us what we want to hear, and then we go to the ballot, elect these people, and when they get in office, they forget about us. You see what I'm saying? We got to cut that out. We got to go out and find the leaders that we want to represent us. We got to stop electing these old establishment, these old out of touch people. We need more common people running office, not people that are so rich beyond belief that they don't have normal interactions with people. They're so out of touch from the everyday working folk that they represent that they can't do anything for the people that they so-called represent. That's the problem. You got the few ruling the many, but the few have so much, and they're out of touch. It truly is. It's a shame. It's a shame that anybody in this country goes to bed hungry. It's a shame that there's people that are homeless in this country, but we're the greatest country on the face of the earth. Supposedly, we're a free country where you can do these protests and things of that nature, but we're not really free to do that, because when we do these things, look at how we're met, with the force that we're met with. There's a lot of things that aren't fair in this life, especially for me. I've grown up in Huntington, West Virginia. Growing up in the shadow of the Robert C. Byrd Bridge. And if you don't know who Robert C. Byrd is, then you need to study up. You can figure that out on your own. So that's the type of traditions that we're talking about breaking. You know what I'm saying? This is in the DNA, in the genetic coding of America. It is, from the very beginning. From the very beginning. So you got to understand the forces that we're up against. It's going to take time for change to occur, and when change does occur, it's not a soothing type of thing. Growing up as a young kid, going through puberty, growing up, it hurt. You're stretching out, you're getting taller, bones are growing, it hurts. And that's what America's going through right now. We need these growing pains right now, so we can get to a place where we can have a real conversation about what's really going on. We can get to a real place where we can talk about systematic racism and all of the things that are up against us, you know, trying to go out here and be positive in this world. All the forces that are trying to pull us back into negativity. That's because of the color of our skin. You know, just look at the schooling, for instance. You know, you got some schools funded by the city that go off property tax. Well, if you happen to live in an impoverished neighborhood and the property value is low, how much funding do you think you're going to get for your school? They got redlining. There's all sorts of things that were done that haven't been answered to. You know? The simple fact that so many of us were in projects, so many of my brothers were in projects, literally, you know, a social experiment, stacking people on top of each other just to see what happens if we, what do you think will happen if we do this? Do you think they'll bug out? Do you think what do you think is going to happen? You put 1,500 people and stack them up, 20-something, you know, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be chaotic. People need space. People need room to breathe. But these are the things that they've done. You know, when are we going to really have a real conversation about this government? All the black leaders knocked off. You know, all the programs that were put out there to take down the black groups. Any groups that were trying to strive for something better, showing any positivity, that looked like they could, you know, garner attention and galvanize people and bring people together, they were quashed. You know, and to make matters worse, they, you know, Malcolm and Martin, you know, they knocked them off where everybody can see. Make an example. This is our country. This is our country. So I don't understand how everybody's so shocked at the violence and the outrage and the looting and the things that are going on now. This is our country. This is second nature to us. It's what our country was birthed off of. You know, they forget the spirit of America, the Tea Party, you know, no taxation without representation. They fought for that. There was bloodshed for that. You know what I'm saying? No change has ever happened in this country without some uncomfortable times, man, and they're gonna come. They're gonna come, because there's conversations that need to be had. And conversations, I'm talking about an overhaul of the systems that are in place. Those type of conversations, not just, oh, you know, by golly, we want to, you know, donate, and, you know, we feel for you. We don't need to crown someone's shoulder. You know, we're tired of being a victim right now. Now is the time for change. Now is the time to have those conversations. Let's talk. You know, I've been teammates with a lot of people from all different races. We all talk. We compare struggles and things of that nature. So my brothers in Hoop that have jumped out here and have spoke out on our behalf in this cause for equality, I appreciate you. We're gonna need y'all. We're gonna need y'all. It's gonna take everybody to be fed up. It's gonna take everybody to be fed up. It's gonna take everybody to get sick and tired of what's going on. I think 400 plus years is long enough to have a neck up or a leg up on everybody else. It's time to equal the playing field. It's time to let everybody have a chance to experience that generational wealth that can trickle down through your family. Let us have those opportunities. You know, and I think right now this is a wonderful time to be alive, because we're the generation that's going to change this. You know, our forefathers, they did what they did. They laid the groundwork and they put the wheels in motion. It took a while for us to get here, but we're here now. And you can't go back from this. Yeah, there's no normal to go back to. We can no longer go back to the normal of just being brutalized and being under the thumb of the police. It's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense at all. And there's no way that you can kindly put it to make it make sense. It is what it is. You're out here just killing, slaughtering people indiscriminately. You know, and it just so happens that you know, everybody's getting messed up. But it just so happens that the darker skin is the choice meal of the day, it seems. You know what I mean? What about the darkness scares people? I don't understand. What about the skin color that scares people to the point that they can't function? Or it's that big of a deal to where, you know, just because you're this color, I can't be around you, or that determines who you are. I never really got that. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of great people, all different races. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most solid, thoroughest dudes that I have met have been white guys. You know, I grew up with a lot of cool white dudes, man. Just cool. Don't really see color. Don't care. Just gonna judge you by, hey man, are you a solid dude or not? And that's what it's really supposed to be. But that's what sports has, you know, really taught me into one, is that you know, all of us, we come together. We're from all these different parts of the world, all these different backgrounds, but we come together to play a game, and it doesn't matter what color we are, because we just trying to win. That's it. We just trying to win. All the other stuff doesn't matter at that point. And I think that more people need to play sports, man. More people that play sports, you get to understand, you get to be actually in that huddle and practicing and around the guys, and you start to realize that it's not just about you anymore, that you're a part of something that's bigger than you, and it's going to take you to do your best at your role in order to make this machine work. That does something to you. You can take that into other forms of life, man. You really can. You really can. I just think everybody needs to play sports. Be around people that you normally wouldn't be around. Get to know people. I think we're all supposed to be different. We're supposed to be experienced, celebrated, and applauded for being different. That's it. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing. We're supposed to have different cultures. We're supposed to go and experience different cultures and enjoy the differences in each culture, man. That's cool. But we can't do that, man. We so stuck on this elementary idea of color. And we have to be the generation that knocks that off. We have to be the generation that gets past this super duper complex idea of color. And I don't understand it. And it's taught. You can't tell me it's not taught. We can bring two children together and they'll play regardless of color because they don't care, because that's not important to them. They don't even know that. That's something that you have to teach. That's ingrained. That's grassroots. That's heading home. Now, I'm smart enough to know that every person isn't going to change for the better, this and that. You're going to have your people who are stuck in their beliefs, and that's cool. But just because you're stuck in your beliefs, and your beliefs shouldn't be so strong that it damages or destroys the beliefs of others or keeps others from achieving greatness because they don't believe the same way you believe. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. Who checks the police? You know what I'm saying? There's no answer. They have no one to answer to, man. They investigate themselves. They can write anything they want to, and their words the end all be all. That's that. That's that. And if you've never experienced police brutality of any kind, then you don't even know what this is all about, man. You haven't been in them shoes. You haven't been slammed on the hood. You haven't had your face on the hood of the car for no reason. You know, I've been pulled over, checked, slammed on the car because I look like somebody. Now, how many suspects is running around 6'6", 245? Just running around doing things. How many times does that happen? You know, even as a kid getting stopped by the police, they mess with you, hemming you up. You know, like it's a game. But these are people's lives. But then they wonder why, when they pull up, everybody runs. Who wants to stand there and take that abuse, man? You know, who wants to stand there and take that abuse? You have traumatic things going on. You see the police in the rear view For me, that's a traumatic thing. Everybody in my car knows. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you, the police look, they get behind me, I'm pulling this over, get your phone, I'm putting my hands up, because I don't want to give the inclination that I have anything. My hands are big. I don't want no excuse. I'm not gonna reach. I'm trying to get home, you trying to get home. I'm gonna handle my business accordingly. You know, I know that's a battle that I can't win right there. Regardless if I'm right or wrong, that's a battle I can't win. But at the same time, there is a way to handle situations with everybody. You can handle every situation with respect. Everybody's not a suspect, a criminal. You understand? You can't judge a book by its cover. I got a lot of tattoos, this and that, whatever. You know, and I've walked in elevators, I've walked in places, people clutching their stuff, and I'm like, man, it would take me, I would lose money actually doing something to you than just chilling. Like, it's a waste of my time. You know what I'm saying? But you've already made that judgment. It's cool, but like I said, you know, getting stopped by the police is traumatic. Getting stopped by the police is traumatic, man, especially for any black man. You know what I'm saying? It's a shame that, you know, my whole life my mother had to tell me, you know, to be wary of the police leaving the house. Be safe. You know, just listen to them. That's not the battle that you got to fight, you know? Why do we have to? Do you think anybody else tells their children that when they leave the house? To fear the police? The people that's supposed to serve and protect? It makes you think, man. It's how crooked these police stations have been. These departments have been. There's nobody checking them. The whole system needs to be overthrown. You got blind ass Lady Liberty. You need to open your eyes. You need to take the cloth off and open your eyes. Look what's going on. You know, it's only the justice system's only blind to us. You know, and that's another discussion for another day. You know, but at the same time, all I'm saying is this: my brothers and sisters, all races, man. Keep putting pressure on. Keep putting pressure on. Keep protesting. You know, keep fighting for your right to be heard out here. Keep voicing your opinion. You know, we have to make the people who are in authority accountable. They have to be held accountable. We can't continue to let this stuff keep happening. We cannot. They have to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? They have to be accountable. But I'll get back with you guys at another time, another convo. I appreciate you for taking time out your day just to chop it up with me on this little car ride, man. And I will get back with everyone soon, man. Peace.